So
what is Bayo's neutral? Just hit somebody and you combo them to death?
basically, yeah. It's super complex. It's, I'm going to hit one of my special moves and you're going to go away from me, please.
Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, okay.
It is basically like you hit an up B and then just the only thing that every Bayo main hears, like the MBC2 like menu theme, will it take you for a ride?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That is facts.
Gets the up tilt, but can't get the up B. Great DI or SDI from Kurshaun. Man knows how to wiggle his stick.
Oh no, Bayo just throwing the fruits right back at Pac-Man. Like, you can have it back. No thanks. Ooh,
so far, Dialga's done a really good job of that, actually. It's a good point.
Hold on. I could have sworn the hitbox hit Pac-Man. Maybe it was just... okay.
This finished product, by the way. Toss him off stage, threaten the gun, so forces Pac-Man high. Great hydrant. Dialga was setting up for that back here, but the balance on stage. Kurshaun, you know he's going to be biting him for that one. He wants that one back because that was not his intention. No tech. Gonna get the forward air and the triple hit, and it does kill. Oh. That is a stock trade that Dialga will take every single time.
Yeah, it's really well played by Dialga. Though I'm surprised that he died to that. I thought he was going to make it back on stage.
He used both of the side Bs and one of the up Bs, so I think that he could have done the like, vertical recovery, but the horizontal he didn't have a chance.
Gotcha.
Kurshaun trying to go high, but that is kind of exactly what Dialga wants, and you're seeing it every single time that Kurshaun tries to do is like typical recoveries for Pac-Man, where it's like go high and threaten hydrant. Dialga is just there saying, do you really want to play? The air is my control space.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ooh, good juggle by Kurshaun. It's really nice to see like Pac-Man juggling to death and then he kills you. It just looks so nice. Like a quick up smash. I'm like, what is happening?
It's true, yeah, for sure. I think we got to see like Kurshaun get a bell or something to claim his stock mad early because Pac-Man does struggle to kill, and against Bayo, who does have the better disjoints.
Absolutely, and I've been noticing that there wasn't a lot of, I mean, Free went out right now, but I was noticing earlier he wasn't, you know, capitalizing on that bell because that's one of Kurshaun's really, really good kill confirms. And last game, he was doing it very, very nicely.
And, I mean, Dialga's also been doing a really good job of catching these items when he
Yes,
can.
yes.
That just, like, takes away such a big element to Pac-Man's kit.
Absolutely. I mean, I get really terrified trying to grab it. Like, what if I miss, like, a hit, you know? Like,
What if, though? Exactly,
like,
yeah.
over the key coming at me at, like, over 200%, like...
It's one of those, like, I could do this and make it look really good, but most likely I'm going to look like a fool. I'm going to have to listen to some commentator being like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I am some commentator,
CD.
by the way. I am some commentator. That's like, I will call people out on that when they mess it up. And it's like, I understand that everybody has complete license to do it to me now.
Yeah. Okay, both players down to one stock.
That back air wall from Dialga, definitely one thing on the man's mind. The problem is that now it's super stale. He's hit like the hydrant a couple times, hit Kurshaun's shield a couple times. We're not going to see any like Bayo up tilt into back air shenanigans yet. And look at this percent differential here. Kurshaun has done a really good job of clawing this back. Really, the only thing he has to worry about is forward throw at edge and jab.
And don't get comboed.
Oh, that too, yeah. Bayo tossed low off stage, and Kurshaun immediately goes for the bell. He understands what his win condition is. He just needs to get one hit of this paralyzer, and he could take the game. Using the water so well, too, to just, like, mix up. Look at him roll now, though. He's getting a little bit antsy, it feels like. Kurshaun not as safe in shield, it feels like. That water, every single time, Dialga tries to jump over him, but gets trapped. Bell in hand, but not quite going to connect right there in the back air. No, the forward smash, it lingers on the hydrant.
Oh, wow. Well played by Kurshaun.
Kurshaun made that comeback all the way. He was down 2 stocks. Dialga had the stock trade, and he still managed to hang on. And a little bit of Bayo's inability to get kills consistently coming back to bite Dialga.
Okay, you gotta be very, very careful when you're really close to Pac-Man's hydrant. Like, he has a lot of options that he can do. And forward smashing is a lot of time it.
It just lingers for so long on that hydrant that if you try to challenge it with an aerial, you just instantly die. Fade back neutral air from Kurshaun, just Pac-Man B and B. People forget this character's frame rate is actually superb.
Who?
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, his aerials are just like super quick. They're relatively safe. And he's got the air mobility to do something like a neutral air and then still make it safe by fading it back.
Yes, and his jabs are really good too.
Yeah, it's like this character's frame data is silly for his own. Like, why can he scrap? Like, I had to spend all day catching this character, and then all of a sudden he can actually throw hands?
Yep.
Nonsense.
Yep.
I want every character to either be Little Mac or, like, I don't know, name me a zoner without hands in this game. Gunner? Yeah, Gunner.
Oh, Gunner.
You tap Gunner's shield, and they just have to take that. Stare at you and ask why. Jab not going to kill, but he is going to deal solid damage here. Kurshaun, DI is low, very smart to avoid the gun's follow-up. And we might very well be at up tilt back air percent. Dialga certainly trying to set that up twice in a row. Using the crab armor to get rid of that from the hydrant, very smart for Kurshaun. Good mobility, but still not going to kill. It just feels like neither of these characters can land that solid hit.
Yeah, that solid smash attack. Get them off the stage. There we go.
So,
good grab.
Against any other character, Dialga would have gotten that away with that. But because like that Pac-Man grab lingers for so long, he called out the spot dodge. It's like the one time when it's like it's solid to have a tether grab because it's so slow. They're going to lose out to that down air, and Kurshaun again DIing low. Dialga doesn't feel confident like getting a fall off back air or anything like that to challenge. Still not going to kill.
Looks like Sonic problems.
Basically. 176 though.
Not dead yet? What's going on?
Just run straight up. Nobody really expects Pac-Man to be doing that, but that does allow Dialga to get the back air to clean up the stock, and now this is when that lead can evaporate.
Wow.
Not only does that lead evaporate, the stock evaporates.
Yep.
Phenomenal combo by Dialga, and ended it high that time so you could actually get back.
Don't get comboed. Do not get comboed. I'm actually really curious from like pro player's perspective. It's like, okay, Bayo is like comboing you off the stage. What are my options?
I think it's like solidly just SDI and air dodge. Because the second, because that fair usually isn't true out of that if you SDI out. So that's the big thing. Is there are some percentages though where you just have to hold that. This character just air Luigi sometimes. Yeah, there's like 7 different types of Luigis. There's Air Luigi, there's Furry Luigi, Falco. There's Edgy Luigi, which is Kazuya. And then there's Fat Luigi, which is Wario. Every character is just a different flavor of Luigi if they got J. Good out of shield pressure here from Dialga, taking this up to 100%, so we're at like up tilt into back air percentages potentially if we can get this man close to the edge. Instead, Kurshaun applying some more pressure, and this is what we want to see. No. He faces the wrong way though. The witch time was brilliantly timed, but
it's not executed well.
That tech block may come back to bite Dialga here. Kurshaun continues to play this patient.
Now, I've seen the mighty Dialga, that's pronounced it right, hopefully, learn and adapt against Sequel Joe. He did a very, very good job, so I'm actually really curious if he's going to be able to do the same thing against Kurshaun.
Kurshaun just spot dodge? Just forward smash him, exactly. Must have been a hold buffer there. Oh, wow. The slow apple bounce. Oh, that is so silly. the slowest projectile bouncing on the floor. It's like, no way. This thing still has a strong hitbox now. It's like, well, okay. I guess it do.
It happens. It happens.
So 2-0 here for Kurshaun. Dialga's been doing a good job of like hanging in there, but it just feels like when the percentages get high, Kurshaun has that iron will on defense where he's not going to he's not going to toss out any like scary, unsafe options. But Dialga always feels like a little bit more stressed in high percentages, a little bit thirsty for that kill.
I feel like you shouldn't feel that way with Bayo. It's like, I just have to wait till you mess up and then I can punish you and you're dead.
True. Yeah, especially with a character like Bayo, like you can camp this man out. You don't have to deal with his projectiles with things like Witch Time. I think that's like the ace that Dialga hasn't been exploited so far.
Oh my goodness.
Can't take him off the top. Good jump away by Kurshaun. Not trying to get stuck in that off the top combo. Oh my god, he actually comboed into that forward smash. That was so sick by Dialga.
Sick. Kurshaun lived too.
I'm stunned that he actually survived that. Dump him. Parries aren't real though. Parries aren't real though.
Parry.
None of them got a kill out of any of those too. It's so silly. Take him off the top perhaps? No, again, good SDI from Kurshaun. And a solid advantage here for Dialga. Really it becomes, can you maintain for the first time this set?
Uh-oh.
Good jump away out of that stun.
There we go. There we go.
Bayo up tilt is so good. It's just Diet Galgo up tilt.
One thing I learned, don't fight Pac-Man here.
Oh no.
Do not do it.
Really, like, don't fight that character. He's just furry Luigi. Do not let him interact with you. Which sucks because a lot of characters can't camp him. He's got like one of the best reflectors in the game.
Really? I think Wolf is the best. That thing stuns you, man. It's like, dude.
Wolf's is really good, but there's, I believe, and I might be wrong here, Falco has the lowest amount of vulnerable frames between his reflector activations.
That's true.
There's only like 3 frames. So 9 times out of 10, if you think they're going to toss a reflector or a projectile, just keep reflectoring and dare them to hit that 3-frame window.
Interesting.
Get back there, that will finally do it. So we've seen this story before, Kurshaun at a high percentage, threatening a comeback. And does Dialga start running in and getting a little bit antsy, or no? Good up B conversion there with that back there. So a full stock lead here for Dialga. Good parry. Actually gets a boost from the water to get that parry punish. Needed that boost too. Which is,
that looks sick.
Yeah. And so far, Kurshaun unable to get anything started on this stock.
Oh,
no, he's fine. He's fine. He's
Whoa.
fine.
Okay.
He had the trampoline set up already.
That was cool.
Yeah, Pac-Man one of those characters that it is super hard to spike when he's already like upbeat using the trampoline. Because you have to basically do it like 2 or 3 times in a row. Gonna get the solid string off it, but good side beat by Dialga to get out of jail free card. And then catches him getting stuck on the hydrant. It looked like Kurshaun was trying to like slide off, and you got that awkward spot where he just could not get the defensive option on.
I'm vulnerable.
So, stage counter picks. Perhaps, do you think that Kurshaun is going to go full camp and get something like Callus or Final D or Bastion? Or do you think maybe he tries for something with those closer side blast zones, tries to get some jank going, picking something like Town and City or Smashville?
I'm thinking the first option. I think he has a lot more utility that way. Like, you can just throw out stuff. So I feel like if Bayo starts approaching you, she's fast. So, I don't know.
Town and City is actually the pick. So it's the bigger stage. But the problem is that those side blast zones are so close that you would be liable to get carried off by Dialga at very low percentages. So if we can afford, like, this is the benefit though, is you can literally run across the entire stage, and what does Bayo actually do to chase you down?
Yeah, and my other question too of like, with Town and City is like, Dialga, you know, can he just like combo you off? Like, does Town City have like a lower ceiling?
It actually has the highest ceiling in our legal stage list.
Cool.
So yeah, it's got a super high ceiling, but super narrow side blast zone.
So the side zones are okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
So basically, like those side B conversions that Bayo has, those are a real big threat.
Oh,
but the
cool.
up B ones on this stage, far less. It's basically the side B and the forward air conversions are the ones that you have to fear. Also, like forward throw and jab are really threatening here for Dialga. Air dodges, but
no
the
punish.
forward smash. And now Kurshaun just trying to get the camp game going. And even after like a couple solid combos from Dialga, Kurshaun's like not that far behind the percentage lead.
I'm noticing that Kurshaun isn't really like hitting the hydrant when he pops it out. Like hit it a couple times, a little mix up, throw something at it. At least that's what I like seeing Pac-Man players do, because it definitely confuses the crap out the opponent. Like, wait, what's happening with his hydrant right now?
I feel like he leaves it at a specific percentage where like Bayo up B and side B won't disjoint it. And he basically says, if you come at me, I know exactly which move will disjoint it, and it's a bait.
Right, but like hit it once, run away, strategy jump through with a hit again, and it's gonna fly away. It's like some mix up with it. Instead of just throwing it down, okay, now I gotta get my fruit, Yeah, he kind of did it right there.
Yep, he hit it with one back air, which means that it's one forward tilt away. Dead on. Can't get the back air conversion.
See?
Very nice.
Okay, both players down to 2 stock. Pretty even game right now.
It feels like the counter pick is definitely helping Kurshaun out, though. Like he just felt so more confident here because of the fact that he's disengaging. Like Dialga, whenever Dialga gets pressure, he just like says, I'm out, I'm gonna run across stage and I'm gonna get my camp game going. Look at that trick right there, the full Z drop on the Galaga. Oh, he couldn't get the jab lock. If that man like got the sudden jab lock on like the rando platform that pops up, that would have been ridiculous.
I have a rough time getting out of jab locks. Both of them are teching well enough.
I mean, on this stage, it's super hard because those platforms, like, they can, like, come in and zoom in from the magnifier. Oh, no, not like this. Kurshaun tried to down air. He went aggressive. And the down air, it's a solid move, but the problem is it's not disjointed enough to beat Bayo's up B.
Yeah, you gotta be very, 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 very careful with that. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that'll do. So now we're on our last stock, potentially, of Dialga's winner's side of bracket. The hydrant is out, just barely waiting to get disjointed. Look at Dialga using these platforms so well. He just jumps, does a downward afterburner kick, puts himself at the correct angle where like Kurshaun can't really punish and he can reset on platforms. But this could be big here, but no, bails out after one up B. Interesting. And Kurshaun not getting caught up by these combos from Dialga. It feels like the last 2 or 3 in a row have just been 1 or 2 hits rather than those like 60, 70, 80 damage strings that Bayo thrives on.
Yeah.
These rolls are a little bit predictable. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. What was that? Why did he go up? That makes no sense whatsoever, and it almost cost Kurshaun the game.
Barely made it.
It's like he hit the hydrant and then the water just sent him straight. No, Dialga, you're insane. Here we are. Here I am geeking out about the last weird interaction, and Dialga says, I will chase you to the death.
I will chase you to death.
That was, there is no place that is safe for you, man.
And Bayo wasn't probably not going to recover, let's say, hypothetically, if she missed, right?
Yeah, if that missed, I think you were at enough lag where I don't know that Dialga was going to be able to make it back. That was such an aggressive option. Very
aggressive, a great chase down, and it worked out in his favor. All right. What is this now? Game 3?
This is
4.
game 5.
5-5, wow.
So yeah, this is the decisive game between either of these. And we're back on Town and City. I definitely agree with this. It did not feel like it was the stage that that impacted that game. Just some questionable decision making at the very end by Kurshaun.
Yeah.
That actually cuts through the gun. The gun actually rather cuts through the hydrant, it looked like.
Yeah.
That is what?
I did not know it does that. Wow.
It's actually not stopped by physical walls. That is... Gun is a privileged move, my man. It is so silly. Can't be... Like, a projectile can't be reflected and now goes through physical objects.
Very balanced.
Gets the back air out of the stun.
Why away? Why away? Chase
it was definitely a tech flip. He was either trying to do like a B reversal fruit bowl, probably. Yeah, I've seen him do that a couple times, and there's no earthly reason for it. So he's trying to B reverse something.
What? Hold on. I thought he was in advantage. No? Okay.
Gotta get that tech going. Get to the neutral air, sends Dialga high, but good dab kick. That is a sick conversion. Are you going to take it off the top? No. Kurshaun, great SDI up right there.
I'm noticing Kurshaun isn't really doing his side special much in neutral. I think that's a very, very, very good, you know, bait, throw it out randomly to hit your opponent, kind of like Charizard's Flare Blitz or Banjo, you know, side B.
Agreed. I think that the reason why you don't want to use it too much in this matchup is because you can witch time it on reaction.
Oh, yeah.
So good matchup knowledge right there from Kurshaun. Just jumping away and air dodging, very barely missing that barrage of hitboxes from Dialga. Dialga, so he's
I get so confused sometimes when, you know, Bayo doesn't move and then now she's shooting at me. I'm like, okay, hold on, what? You can do that like out of your like neutral, like jab? Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, just the extending the animations to
yeah.
get the guns going.
Ooh, good key.
Yeah, very good. Getting a little bit of stage control and then the lingering grab again. And look at the lead Kurshaun has built. I don't think he's had a lead this big so far in this set.
Careful, be careful, be careful.
Oh, great angle with that. Yeah, dodging the down smash. And he's just using that water so well. He basically forces...
Dancing around the hydrant. I love it.
He forced Dialga to like jump over it, and then he knows, oh my god, he's calling out that wall.
Getting really aggressive. Getting really aggressive, Dialga. Sorry, I probably pronounced it wrong again. Whoops.
I think you're good. It's either Dialga or Dialga. I think either one's fine. I've heard both ways.
Gotcha.
Dialga combos out, solid damage here, but up B again. It feels like Kurshaun's SDI has been on point these past couple games.
Oh. Bayo has to be very careful because we're getting punished really easily. You gotta slow down a little bit. Take a deep breath. Why am I getting hit? I have one stock.
That cuts through the stage. That today I learned. Now I know why Pac-Mans love this stage so much.
You learn a lot of things today.
Every time I watch Pac-Man, I learn something new. This character is a J key. Good roll away. Definitely have to get the heck out of dodge right there. Forward throw not going to quite threaten, but the guns are out. Has to air dodge. This is starting to get a little bit scary here. Like, Dialga's doing exactly what you said. He's actually backing off, playing a little bit more defensively, and Kurshaun has been unable to land a solid hit for quite a bit of time. Jumps into the forward air, has to get the heck out of dodge with that side B. Very nearly dying that which time too. Back air should do it though.
Well played. Well played by both players.
Very good job right there by Kurshaun, hanging on by just the skin of his teeth.
Yes. Yes.
Also, I got two people that wanted to cast for semis. Would you mind if both of us hopped off right there? It's a Poe and Playground. They wanted to do one of the semis.
Funny, I was actually about to hop off.
Sick. All right, we will be right back, y'all. Quick commentator change up.
Take care, guys.